It's Max Wrestling. It's episode 523. I am the Cap. He is El Jefe. The Hardy Boys just wrestled in a WWE ring. Rhea Ripley has been receiving creepy fan mail. And just like his father, The Rock appears to be a soul man.
I can already imagine the Kevin Hart jokes. Also, coming up tonight, it's our last stop before next week's Revolution Road. And Cypher has accepted the open challenge. Not my open challenge, the open challenge, but I guess we'll call it my open challenge for my promo championship. But we actually hear from the Knowledge Champion who has an ultimatum, not for me, but for big old Phoenix. So the Phoenix gets an ultimatum tonight. We get to all hear all about it. So go ahead and make Max Wrestling your home for all things wrestling. Smash that like button and go ahead and tickle that subscribe button. Go on. For those who love the old-fashioned podcast, head on over to SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is you get your podcast. And of course, for all these links and a whole bunch more, head on over to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
Yes, and right after this, head to our official Facebook group, Max Wrestling. QR code on the screen right now. And don't miss the Max Wrestling post show after Max, hosted by our very own Knowledge Champion Cypher. It was the move over from TikTok to Facebook Live last week. Cypher did great, and of course laid down that challenge. Well, accepted the challenge. So again, you never know what's going to happen on After Max. And of course, the beauty of being on Facebook Live is that you get to watch the replays. But go watch it right after the show.
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump right onto this Rhea Ripley thing because it's probably going to lead into shit Mark say. She put out a tweet saying it's not okay to send her fan mail directly to her house. And I agree because, first of all, how the fuck do you get her address?
We're in that boat, baby. We get a paddle. How the hell you get... I mean, I hate saying it like this, and I've had conversations with my teenager. The internet is like when I hate saying it like this because it makes me feel even older. When we were kids, the internet was bad, and we used to steal information like nobody's business because we thought it was safe, and then we learned the hard way. Now we're trying to teach everybody not to do it because the reality is everything is online now. The creepos are out there, the hackers, the whatever the hell you want to people call them, whatever. Anything can be found out if you try hard enough now. And that's disturbing.
And look what happened with Sonya Deville.
Oh,
dude showed up in a house and went fucking crazy.
Don't remind me. Do not remind me. First off, I don't even want to imagine what she would do, let alone what her and Buddy Murphy would do. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, don't break into Rhea and Buddy's house. Jeez.
Oh yeah, I can only, like I said, imagine her just whipping your ass. I mean, granted, that's probably what the dude wants, but I mean, it is not going to end well. Sonya beat up homeboy. You can get fucking killed. Fuck around. And then imagine Brody King hanging out with Buddy Murphy at their house the day somebody tried to break in. He's sleeping on the couch. Fucked up.
And Priest too. Have Priest around there too.
Oh, shit. Can you imagine them big?
You show up creeping on Rhea Ripley, you bump into Brody King, Buddy Matthews, and fucking Damian Priest. You're definitely going south of heaven.
I'm not. Lord.
But yeah, it's creepy. I get that there's ways to send celebrities fan mail and stuff, but
that's
like Rhea said, don't send stuff straight to their house. How do you get their address in the first place? It's creepy. Stop it.
I know. I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure there's channels of which you could donate to the people you like or send them gifts, and they give you those outlets to do so. So do it. Feel free. Go for it. Knock your socks off. But to go out of your way to find somebody's private address that it's public information doesn't fucking matter. Goddamn, it's still private information to the masses, and you're set. The fact that it doesn't matter that you're sending them shit and you're trying to I don't think if somebody were to butter it up, you can't butter this up. It's just good old fashioned creepy. Yeah. And it needs to stop, bro. Some of y'all need to pump the brakes fast.
Yeah, Mark. So let's get into it because now we hear from idiots that think a camel clutch is an African purse. This is shit Mark say.
That's my purse.
They talk shit, so much shit. Little virgins in the basement, eating Cheetos, wearing piss stains. Listen to the shit Marks say.
Yeah, obviously we just addressed the Rhea Ripley thing, but there was like a backstage thing. They showed where she was talking to Logan Paul about all the shit she has, and she was talking about how this one girl showed up at her house and was just stood there for like 15 minutes, just smiling at her, smiling into her like ring camera or whatever. It was like the movie Smile.
Oh hell no!
That's weird.
I don't even like the goddamn commercials for Smile, so I'm not.
No, and shit like
Nope.
this is why I've never had a ring cam. Ring
Oh.
people are creepy.
You gonna die for shit like that? Like that. I'm getting the creeps right now. Just like this. You know what? You pointed it out beautifully. I've always talked about getting one, but I can't because let me get one video like that. One.
Yeah.
I'm moving.
As long as the door's locked, I'd rather not know that somebody's out there being creepy.
Facts. Factual. Hoy. I got the shivers. Don't do it to me.
All right. The only other thing I've really got for shit Mark say this week is everybody's favorite doofus Ryback, who said in a recent YouTube video that he's no longer bitter with WWE and is ready to return only if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson calls him personally and asks him to return. I don't think you've got anything to worry about, Ryan.
So the first part was funny. And the second part was funnier. So he's like, I'm over what they did. What did they do? I don't remember them doing anything. I remember you sucking. I remember you being god awful and hurting people. But
So they fired
hey,
you.
whatever, that's one man's perspective. And then my second bit goes to where the fuck's The Rock got to do with this? What does The Rock got to? Hey man, you got to call me directly and like apologize for what?
For the first time, I think The Rock would like actually say his catchphrase and mean it. Who the hell are you? It doesn't matter what your name is.
Exactly.
Does The Rock even know who Ryback is?
He would be like, "What's a Ryback?"
It's a juice
Literally
Gilbert.
Yeah, and he would probably. Yeah, was that like a Gilbert? What does that mean? He's just like, I don't know. Get him away from me. I don't know what this guy is. Bye. He wouldn't even deal with it. You kidding me? He would send his daughter to deal with him.
And she would.
Oh, that's terrible.
From what we've seen in NXT recently, you don't mess with Ava either. She's getting some attitude behind her.
Don't do it.
Although she did like barge into the men's dressing room the other week.
That's called authority, I think. Or something else. But we'll call it authority. See, we both gave it a hold on. Wait a minute.
Yeah, Ryback delusional as ever, and that's a very short shit Mark say this week because it hasn't really been that bad, to be honest. It's just
good job, y'all.
Ryback being delusional, creeps sending stuff to Rhea Ripley, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
One makes you chuckle, the other one makes you want to punch somebody.
Yeah, chuckle fuck. Mike Larkin just popped.
Oh,
So
sure.
let's start recapping this week's shows, kicking it off with Recap the Smack. SmackDown begins with Nick Aldis telling Cody Rhodes that he's been pulled from the main event because The Rock wants to speak to him in the ring later on. Jimmy Uso then defeats Drew McIntyre, reversing an Alabama slam into a roll-up, but Drew viciously attacks Jimmy after the match as officials pull him away. Carmelo Hayes and The Miz defeat R-Truth and LA Knight as they both hit their finishers on Truth. Tiffany Stratton defeated Candice LeRae before Nia Jax attacked her after the match. Trish Stratus tries to make the save, but Jax flattens them both with an Annihilator as Charlotte Flair looks on. Naomi and Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez is thrown out as the Judgment Day duo attack the champions before the match. The Rock then makes his return in another good guy, bad guy, floppy flippy promo before calling out Cody Rhodes and goes about the long way to tell him that he wants Cody's soul. It wasn't a great segment.
Much like the last match, DIY versus Pretty Deadly is also thrown out as the Street Profits attack Wilson, and the Street Profits clean house and see off a save attempt by the Motor City Machine Guns. And in the main event, Damian Priest and Braun Strowman defeat Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu as Priest pins Solo with a South of Heaven. Now let's get back to the studio before we go in Raw.
Yeah, so Rock's weird. He wants Cody's soul.
I don't get it.
No, the
Like,
segment
and
was weird.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I've been trying to understand the motive. Like, I get it. Like, you know, or he could have said like, "I'm coming for your story. I'm coming for." He could have said, "I'm coming for your legacy." You know, I'm gonna take your dog. I
don't even think it wasn't so much that I want to take your soul. It's how long it took him to say it. The segment was so dragged out, and you know, I always loved The Rock to death, but he can't decide if he's a face or a heel. It was it was almost like he forgot himself constantly throughout the promo. He was just being Dwayne, entertaining the crowd. Then he remembered, oh shit, I'm a heel. Ah, shit your bitch ass mouth up.
That is the problem when you're out there attempting. I think he's trying to be a tweener.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's like, probably try to be in the middle, but like the crowd a little bit, but also tell them to shut the fuck up. And it's like, it's not how that works.
I love you guys.
You know how
you've all
a
got
tweener
AIDS.
works. Well, maybe is it this new? No, that's not how a tweener works. I was going to try to blame it on these damn kids, but that's not it. It's not it. That's just not how it works. Like, it just doesn't do it that way. I want to take your soul. I chuckled a little bit when I first heard it, and then when it went on every other reel on fucking Instagram and TikTok, I just would burst into hysteria every time I hear it.
Yeah.
It's like, really? What? Why? What are you going to do?
Rock's going to be in Toronto for Elimination Chamber to get Cody's answer. But moving on to Raw, Ohio's own Logan Paul opened up the show to talk smack about Cincinnati because he's from the other side of Ohio. Before being interrupted by CM Punk, Punk takes issue with Paul's lack of respect for the business and vows to not only win the Elimination Chamber, but also eliminate Paul in retaliation for the Rumble. And after a stare down, Logan slaps the shit out of Punk's mouth and bails out of the ring.
Rocker.
It was a nice slap, and it was a very nice reaction too from Punk. Well, it was like it was like it almost didn't happen.
I love this. Punk's been doing good. I can't give Punk shit. Been doing good.
It almost reminded me of a scene from Father Ted, which all the UK people will appreciate, where a bishop got kicked up the ass, and it took him about 3 hours to realize he'd actually been kicked up the ass because he was in that much shock. In the first match, Ludwig Kaiser defeated Pete Dunne and Penta with a square hammer to Dunne, which, even though he wasn't pinned, technically is Penta's first loss, unless you count the Rumble elimination. He still hasn't been pinned or submitted, but he didn't win either. So
there you go. They'll still tote that has been pinned.
Rhea Ripley is interviewed in the crowd by Jackie Redmond. How? And promises to keep an eye on the Elimination Chamber, but isn't looking past Io Sky next week. Io then interrupts and vows to become the next Women's World Champion. I kind of wish this was a pay-per-view. I wish this was a Chamber, though. I don't know why it's on Raw.
Is it not? Oh, it's on Raw.
It's on Raw next week, yeah. I thought it was a pay-per-view, PLE match. So.
Well, isn't that this Sunday or Saturday?
Chamber is, I think it's the week after Revolution.
Okay. The week after Revolution. Got it. Okay.
Sure, it's like March 16th or something like that.
Oh, I thought it was sooner. Got it.
I'll have to double check. The New Day defeats the LWO with a double team to Del Cruz, and the New Day attack after the match. Dragon Lee then comes to the rescue. Backstage, the Judgment Day are bickering yet again before Liv Morgan tries to simmer things down. And again, Finn wants no new members, which means they're probably going to get new members soon.
Yep.
Gunther, I say destroys his hand-picked opponent, Akira Tozawa, and just got more and more vicious as Tozawa fought back more and more, and then finishes him off by submission. As Gunther looks to continue the damage, after the match, Jey Uso, of course, shows up and runs him off. Cannot wait for their Mania match. Rematch for the Intercontinental title, well, the women's. Lyra Valkyria defeats Dakota Kai with Nightwing. It could have gone either way. I guess they both needed to win, but, do something with Lyra now.
Please.
Also, it was a great match between them, so wasn't too bad. Braun Breaker defeated Dominic Mysterio by disqualification as Finn Balor and Carlito pull Breaker out of the ring, but Braun just takes out everybody before staring down Balor. We then get a face-to-face between Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins in the ring as Rollins takes issue with Cody not immediately slapping The Rock on SmackDown for his disrespect. And in the main events, with an assist from Dirty Dom, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeat Bianca and Naomi for the Women's Tag Team Championships. Didn't actually think they were going to go with a title change, but there you go.
It's all goddamn Dom's fault, that fucking bastard. That chicken tendy eating mofo.
Yeah, let's not bring the chicken tendies into it. Love me some chicken tendies, but yeah. I honestly thought they were going to hold on to those titles until Jade came back, and then we got the truth about what happened to her. But it's a bit of a real surprise that they dropped the titles.
A little bit, but I think it's just going to cause the animosity that we've been waiting for them to finally, go kaput, do the breakup, finally do something with Jade. For fuck's sake.
Now that they've dropped the titles, though, I'm thinking less that they both attacked Jade and more that it was one of them, and then they're going to turn on the other.
You know what? If that's the case, it should be Naomi. Naomi needs something. She's desperate for something.
She's just the sidekick right now. Although Bianca was a great heel in NXT, though. But she's too popular.
This is true. And I was just going to say, this is true, yeah, but she is, beloved right now. And it's like Naomi's not doing a damn thing. And she was good, too, as a heel. She was better as a face, but she was all right as a heel, too.
It would also make more sense for Naomi to be the one and attack Jade because, of course, Bianca and Jade used to be the tag team. Naomi was a sidekick. Since Jade got taken out, Naomi's taken her place. So, makes perfect sense.
Jealousy.
Hopefully, we get the resolution soon.
Easy, thank you.
Before we go to a break, as we said earlier, the Knowledge Champion Cypher has an ultimatum for the Phoenix. Hopefully, that does not include taking his soul. But we'll find out right now what Cypher has to say.
Hold on to your soul, brother.
Feeny. I gotta say, you do deserve your rematch. Because you are one hell of a knowledge competitor, and I give you that. I respect your reign. But I recently seen you called out Beer at Revolution Road for a title shot. If you want your rematch, Feeny, you gotta earn the opportunity. I want to see you conquer in the Ring of Games. Hell, Feeny, I'm rooting for you to win the Ring of Games, so it'll be me and you on the biggest stage at Promo Mania. Because not only do I want to prove that I'm the best, but I also want to prove that my win needs to be solidified for me to feel the full effects of being a Grand Slam champion. So Feeny, win the Ring of Games, and I'll see you at Promo Mania if you survive.
Rising from the flames, never be the same.
Thursday on Max. Predictions, recaps, trivia, and groundbreaking promos, and the occasional rant.
I'm gonna say it again. Fucking Netflix.
Fucking Netflix.
You have known for months now that this Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight was gonna happen. You knew. You had more than enough time to get the infrastructure for your website ready to go.
Join us on the Max Wrestling Podcast every Thursday. Exclusively on YouTube and audio on all podcast platforms. Go to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
Rising from the flames, never be the same.
I am Beer.
So, last week, when greatness was standing in front of you, talking about what I'm gonna do to the legend known as El Jefe at Promomania. And now it seems like I've got another road to take, and another person to add to the list of people that I'm gonna smash to stash. And now I add the Phoenix to the list. Phoenix, you don't know what you've done. You've stepped into a world that you just do not want to step into. I'm on another level right now. I'm in God mode now. I am the greatest champion in Max Wrestling history. And you want to come down here and you say that you want to shoot your shot. But let me tell you what. I'll give you a shot. But when I shoot, I don't miss. So this is what we're going to do. Revolution Road. You and me for this title. But what I'm going to do, seeing as you wanted this, we're going to do it on my time. We're going to do it on my rules. I'm the champion. I pick when. But yeah, we can have this at Revolution Road. But you got to come down here. You're going to go one-on-one with me. And I will still agree to terms, even though that you're no longer Knowledge Champion. I'm still going to stick to my guns. I'm not going to challenge for that title for one more year. And that title doesn't mean nothing to me. While I got this title, no other title means anything. I'm going to keep this title as long as I see fit. But if I do lose to you, Phoenix, at Revolution Road, I'm a man of my word. I will leave Max Wrestling forever. I look forward to your response. And trust me, you've made the biggest mistake of your life. You've got plenty of time to back out of this. You can bring the demon, you can bring the real Phoenix, bring who you want. Because, man, I'm gonna break you like I broke your cousin. I'm gonna break everyone around here. And when I beat everybody, and I'm going to have this title as long as I see fit, I might leave. And then I'll come back, and then I will want more, and I want more, and I want more, and I want to kill everybody in my sight. But Moses, when I'm done with Phoenix, I will see you at Promomania.
Welcome back to Max Wrestling. I am the captain. He is El Jefe. Speak his name and he appears. Make sure you smash that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on all social media and podcast platforms. And for all the information that you need, head to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com.
Get to the clicky. You got to do all of it. The subscribe button, the checking out of the website. So let's get right into some more recaps. If you haven't had enough already, let's hop into my favorite part. And the thing that I need to start watching a little bit more of some TNA Impact. Let's kick it off in 3, 2, 1.
Impact in 3, 2, 1.
Team Wrestling!
Another solid episode of Impact as Joe Hendry opens the show in concert and promises to defend the TNA World Championship against anyone that he's written a song about. He's interrupted by the Colons making their debut, but as they look to attack Hendry, the lights go out and reveal another debut, and that is Elijah, the third brother in Elias, Ezekiel, and Elijah's family. Santino Mozzarella, thank you Rabbi Hardy, then sets up a tag match for the main event. Backstage with Gia Miller, Leon Slater says he's going to earn the respect of the system. The Rascals then defeat Tyson and Tyriak as Trey pins Tyriak following a swanton bomb from Wentz. After the match, Wes Lee challenges the Rascals and Ace Austin for sacrifice. For some reason, First Class have a talk show segment, and let's just not talk about this, so moving on. Li Ying Li defeats Rosemary with Thunderstruck as Rosemary attacks Lee after the match and sprays her with Poison Mist. Backstage, Tessa Blanchard tries to interrupt Ying Li being checked on by the doctor to get herself checked on. Eric Young brags about driving Josh Alexander out of TNA with the Northern Armory and calls out Steve Macklin, but Macklin ignores the call. JDC defeated Leon Slater thanks to interference from the system, and after the match, the Hardys even the odds, followed by NXT champion Obafemi, who cleans house as Moose runs away. Backstage, Santino Mozzarella informs the system they will face the Hardys and Obafemi next week. On the stage, Tessa Blanchard refuses to wrestle as the crowd verbally destroys her. Masha Slamovich then volunteers to replace Tessa in her match, but she wants to get her hands on her soon. Masha Slamovich then defeats Mila Moore with the Requiem, and after the match, Cora Jade attacks Masha and hits her with Jaded. Backstage, Santino books Masha to defend her title against Cora Jade at Sacrifice. He also gives the Elegances a rematch against Spitfire, with the losing team becoming personal concierge for the winners for 24 hours. And in the main event, Joe Hendry and Elijah defeat the Colons as Elijah hits a tombstone. That's it for TNA, that's it for WWE. Let's move on to AEW. It is time for the Collision Course.
All right, let's get on to the much slept on Collision Course. So let's get into it. Again, we're sleeping on Collision. If I'm sleeping on it, they're sleeping on it, we're all sleeping on it. We need to watch more Collision. Backstage, we open it up backstage with none other than the greatest wrestler alive, Kazuchika Okada. Says he will put down anyone that wants to step up to him, after his victory at Grand Slam. Then we get the Beast Mortis defeating Hologram with a sunset flip bomb. He tries to rip off Hologram's mask after the match, but of course, another masked man, Commander, comes in to make the save. Speedball Mike Bailey is finally announced to be joining AEW soon. They make that announcement on Collision. Thank God. Speedball Mike Bailey is the man, and he is going to do some damage here in AEW. In the ring, Harley Cameron tells Alexi Nair that Grand Slam was just the beginning, and the loss won't stop every single person feeling the wrath of Harley Cameron. So she is going to get on the path, the warpath, I would say the Collision course, but that doesn't fit. So what's on the Warpath? Love it. Harley Crammond's run, thumbs up right here. Another person who could have a great run in AEW, and I'll fucking double thumbs up it all day long, is Gabe Kidd defeating the Butcher with a pile driver. I absolutely love it. Backstage, Kyle Fletcher accepts Will Ospreay's challenge to a cage match at Revolution. The former best friends going at it in a steel cage. Julia Hart defeats Queen Aminata, backing up the name all the time, with an octopus hold. What are we doing with Julia Hart? Where are we going? What are we doing? The Murder Machines murder two jobbers because got to make them look strong. They then call out the Hurt Syndicate. MVP laughs off their challenge for the tag team championships. They have no interest in it, none. And you know what? I think they'd be a great match, but maybe in more time we'll get it. I don't know when. The Death Riders defeat Daniel Garcia in 2.0 to retain the Trios Championships as Pac locks in the Brutalizer on Cool Hand Ange. After the match, the Undisputed Kingdom fight off Claudio and Yuta before Pac is left in the ring to receive 2 concertos from that crazy man, better known as Cope. And of course, to finish it, Max Caster is yet again defeated in his open challenge by none other than the Bulldog himself, Brody King. Absolutely kills him with a cannonball. Actually, that wasn't the main event. The main event was Chris Jericho versus Bandito. And Chris Jericho retains the Ring of Honor World Championship with a roll-up. And the people are already calling for a rematch. And dear God, I hope we get it. So, let's throw it to the B champ. It's time to in for a little bit of the NXT round.
Right, what's good, people? This is Beer. This is your NXT review, and we're going to get into it with the opening match of the night. See Stephanie Vaquer defending the Women's North American Championship against Karen Petrovich. Very solid match back in 2, with Vaquer retaining with the SVB backbreaker. Julia then comes out and congratulates Stephanie on retaining. Julia said Stephanie reckons she's a better champion, but Julia disagrees. Julia then challenges Stephanie, and destination is unknown. We did find out later on when this historic match will happen. We found out that Stephanie's challenge for title. Then we get Santino Marella and Ariana Grace speak about the TNA NXT crossover with Lola Vice coming in and wants a fight, whether it's from NXT or TNA. Lola then says she'll challenge Ariana later on tonight. Then we have history. We have the TNA X Division title between Moose and Lexis King, and this was a very good match with Moose retaining with a massive spear to be interrupted by Oba Femi. He congratulates Moose on beating Lexis, and this was what the fans wanted, was this match. Oba Femi and Moose will face each other at Roadblock, but it is only for the NXT title. Now, I got a bit confused initially. I thought this was going to be title for title, but Oba said it's Titan versus Titan, so I got a bit confused. But yeah, it's going to be for the NXT Championship. Then we had a fantastic Sean Spears vignette introducing the group and challenges Tony D'Angelo for the NXT North American title, which is happening next week. Then we have Jordan Grace addressing the fans and felt the hunger of how good the NXT locker room was when she was around back last year. Says she needed a part of it to be confronted by Roxanne Perez, but Roxanne welcomed her back, puts down TNA and herself and other stuff. Really sweet back and 2 between these two. Jordan attacked Roxy and attempts to hit her with a Juggernaut driver. Roxy narrowly escapes. Next up, we have the No Quarter Catch Crew taking on the legendary HARDYS in an absolute banger of a tag team match. Crowd was really into it, with Fraxium at ringside to watch this match. HARDYS win with a twist of fate and a swanton bomb. Fraxium confronted the HARDYS after the match. Matt said he's impressed with Fraxium's work. Jeff throws down the challenge. Santino Marella then comes out and confirms that the match will happen at Roadblock. Now, this card looks a joke already. And then Ariana Grace then faces Lola Vice. Lola wins with a squash match, with a dominant win with a 450 back fist for the 1-2-3. Sarah Schreiber speaks to Ava and makes a few announcements, including the matches that are confirmed. The HARDYS against Fraxium will be for the TNA Tag Team titles. Moose and Open family for the NXT title, and then Stephanie Vaquer against Julia will happen title for title. Now, I'm against that. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be a banger match. But a 2 weeks build? A bit 50-50 about it, but, you know, I will make the decision, but Roadblock looks a joke already. And then the main event of the night, we see Wesley and Ethan Page face Javon Evans and Ricky Saints. It was a fantastic main event, and I was a big fan of how they presented Ricky Saints. That got it on point. At the end of the match, Ricky Saints was celebrating in the ring after pinning Wesley, with Javon and Ethan Page battling to the back. There was even parts of the match where the fans were chanting. Cincinnati was a fucking red hot crowd. With Tony fumbled to Ricky Starks. You know, again, used to call him Ricky Saints, but for me, it's still Ricky Starks. But anyway, yeah, so that was NXT. A very good show. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Anyway, I wish it was Cap that could do this. Unfortunately, last night, yeah, whatever. Bye.
Good Dynamite for sure. We got to thank God TK, I guess, took you all the way coming to San Diego for it. I was telling you before the show, and I kind of want to spill it to the people. I was indifferent on this one because I had a little bit of the FOMO, the fear of missing out, because it was just a little over an hour away in Oceanside. It was in a smaller arena, and then like I had moments of the FOMO, and then I was disgusted with the arena that they were in because of this and because of that. But at the end of the day, this was a good Dynamite, regardless of what it was. The crowd could have been a little bit better, but it is what it is. So the thing's actually begun with Cope in the back of an ambulance, showing the Death Riders their ride for the evening. I loved it. I thought that was an excellent little opening. In a pre-taped segment, MJF is getting the AEW tattoo removed because the only three letters that matter to him now are MJF. I loved this promo. Thought it was great. At first, I was like, what the fuck is he doing? But now that you tell, I was like, oh yeah, hey, the fucking tattoo's gone. Good point. I had no fucking clue. Not even gonna lie. I was like, is he getting surgery? Is he getting like...
Yeah, I forgot he had that tattoo too.
Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Hangman arrives and heads straight to the ring. This guy literally parks this weird-looking truck with horns that I swear to God are taped on. That's it. They are not, like, actually attached. They are taped on. Fucking beelines to the ring. Literally takes his keys, phones, wallet out of his pocket. Takes his shirt off. Beats down Aaron Solo with his boots. And wins with a buckshot. Picks up the mic. Says he's not leaving until somebody drags MJF out, which I was like, that wasn't going to happen. MJF comes out anyway. His hands are completely clean, and he's wiping them with a bloody towel. And I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? But whatever. He tells him, oh, you're this big, strong man. I can't, there's no way I stand a chance. I'm going to go train. Oh, wait a minute. You know, might as well go check on your friend. That's when he leaves. They reveal backstage there's a bloody Christopher Daniels just laying there backstage. Hangman just fucking grabs a chair, is screaming at people, where did he go? Where did he go? They're just fucking scared out of their damn mind. They don't know what to do. These NPCs are just standing there. Finally sees Christopher Daniels, who looks like he lost a whole liter of blood just laying there. Well, do something. They fucking help. It was the weirdest, awkwardest, trying to be real segment there's ever been, and it was just, I don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel. I didn't hate it, but they tried too hard. I'll just go with that. They tried a little too hard. I don't know where this Brian Keith. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think that backstage bit was the only bad part of the show, to be honest.
Yeah, it was. It just felt, like I said, forced. I was like, okay, I get. You could have beelined it to CD, and then been like, where is he? And then you could have like took off in your truck or whatever. Like, oh, okay, it would have made a little bit more sense. But instead, your number one thing was looking for them. You see him, and then you're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll react to him. Like that's the fucking that was the whole point of you going to the back. But whatever. I need more of this Brian Keith. I don't know where this Brian Keith has been. Will Ospreay defeats Brian Keith, however, with the Stylist Clash. He's been using that a lot. Followed by a Hidden Blade. He immediately goes into the crowd to fight Kyle Fletcher, who was like hanging out at like this fucking weird bar thing. This fucking arena was weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's like an amphitheater, so it's like it's not really fit like a normal wrestling arenas that we've seen in the past. So it didn't look the same way, and it had weird angles. And anyway, they're just like hanging out at this bar and shit, and that's when they end up brawling. It was fucking hilarious. We go backstage, much to our dismay, because Mercedes Moné, God, I had to make it rhyme, addresses Oceanside via Oceanside, says she's here with her 4 belts. She fucking gets scared off by was it Momo Watanabe, and leaves behind the TBS title. So she's like, cool, thanks, bitch. Fucking picks it up, and she's like, pretty much declares, I wouldn't say declares herself the new TBS champion, but telling her she's gonna whip her ass. And you know what, dude? I don't really know what you're gonna be able to do with Momo Watanabe. I say fuck it and give her the TBS title. I'm at the point of do something else other than Mercedes Moné, because she is just drastically horrible, and I can't stand it. We did also get who was it? Billy Zane, I think it's her name, right?
Billy Starks.
Billy Starks. Oh my god. I don't know why we can't say his name. Billy Starks. She was NXT for a while, yeah.
I think she made some appearances, yeah. But she's been doing that whole long ass feud with Athena and Ring of Honor.
That's where I recognize the name. Well, she's here in AEW. Kind of dig it. However, I was more excited and actually really proud of how this one went. I've been a secret fan, not a secret fan. I've been a big fan of the Outrunners. Every time they do the little fucking spin of the fucking camera, I'm like, we're back in the 80s, baby. And just like that, the fucking commentary dudes, it's back in 1987. I was like, yes, take me back to the heyday. God, I loved it. If these guys were only 300 pounds apiece, then I'd really be back in the 80s. But you call it an upset. I call it the smartest victory by a tag team ever, because they paid attention. They were not distracted by the Hurt Syndicate coming out. They ended up picking up the win, much to the fucking utter all dismay of Lance Archer. Like, he actually pinned me? I got distracted by music? Like, yeah, you fucking moron. Like, what are you doing? But whatever. It's obviously going to be a fucking trampling by the Hurt Syndicate. But hey, I'm just happy for the Outrunners. Swerve Strickland and Ricochet exchange words. Prince Donna announces that he spoke to Tony Khan, set up a rematch for them between them, and a world title match will be on the line. Winner of that gets a world title shot. As Ricochet leaves, Nana fires up Swerve. We've done this so many times that I'm just like, okay. Ricochet, for the first time in a while, put together sentences.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, not a bad segment, but it's been the same thing. It's the same thing. You know, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to teach you, I'm going to show you that I'm better than... Okay, got it. Sweet. Can we have like a death match already? Can we go Texas death match already? I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to end up, and I'm just waiting for it. I don't know. I enjoyed this, but I don't know how to feel so much about the ending in this one. And it's the Undisputed Kingdom against Daniel Garcia and FTR. Adam Cole gets a pin on the TNT champion, Daniel Garcia, who looks like the fucking just pissed off meme kid.
Instant meme.
Just like bold face, like, I fucking lost. Well, then kick out. Try harder. I don't know. It was one of those endings that just kind of, you either laughed at it, loved it, or hated it, and I kind of laughed at it. So it is what it is. Looks like it's going to be Adam Cole versus Daniel Garcia for the TNT title at Revolution. I guess that means Daniel Garcia's losing the belt. We'll find out in a week when they actually start setting up the whole show. But I kind of think the writing is on the wall for Daniel Garcia, especially now that Adam Cole's got a six-pack back.
Yeah, I mean, it is about time Adam Cole had a singles title. But it also would be a great win for Daniel Garcia. So I guess it could go either way.
You know what? Now that you say it like that, it can absolutely go either way. Backstage, Cope attacks Claudio Castagnoli, drags him all of 15 feet to the ring. Wheeler then is literally right behind him. It's a 2-on-1. Cope is about to get hit with a concerto. Jay White comes out, turns the tables. That's when they take out Claudio Castagnoli. Yuta accidentally absolutely kills Marina with the running Visaka knee. Cole obliterates Claudio with the concerto. As Moxie's literally in the crowd, just looking on, just freaking out like a madman, rather than hopping the fence next to it, something which I thought was hilarious. And then he really gets fucking frustrated because he's getting ready to concerto Marina Shafir, and that's when Willow Nightingale music hits. And I'm just like, okay, well, woman on woman violence. You can't be mad at that shit. So she comes, fucking running down in her frizzle skirt, and just wham! And Moxie's like, no, if only I knew how to climb a barricade. And I'm just thinking back to all the days of the Shield. And I'm like, really? You can't, really? But whatever. It is what it is. It was kind of shitty, but I get it. It gets the point across. We are destined. I don't even know if it's going to beat Cope at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it, though. I would not be surprised if Revolution is where we pull the trigger on a bunch of shit. So it's...
We need something.
It's looking like a big, massive show that we gotta watch. I don't know how to feel about this one. I've been talking about giving Deonna Purrazzo some fucking love, and I've been talking about how much I love Harley Cameron. And I feel like it hurt Deonna Purrazzo just a little bit that she lost to Harley Cameron, because as much as Harley is loved and is a little more popular right now, what the fuck are we doing with Deonna Purrazzo, man? What are we doing with Deonna Purrazzo? For real. Like, she came in, she was this big bad whatever. She had one really good match. Or no, sorry, she had one appearance. The internet shat on her because she had some weight on her belly. And then that's it. Estolo, she's gone. What the fuck? I don't understand. Like that, if we're going to play this game, don't sign every fucking person under the sun. Get the people you want and move on. Because you're wasting her. She is such a waste. Maybe she needs to go to Ring of Honor and beat Athena, if that hasn't already happened, or at least her, hasn't happened. Whatever, I don't know, but it's a waste right now. My fun rant for the day, because there's nothing to rant about negatively. This match was fucking incredible, and yeah, I put the fucking incredible in there because it's exactly what it was. Because this whole thing starts out with like the typical stare down, and Orange Cassidy's got the glasses on. And Takeshita, you know what Takeshita does? He doesn't take them off and stomp them. He doesn't throw them into the crowd. He doesn't like just put them in his... He fucking eats them. He fucking takes a bite of these glasses, and I was like, yes, I fucking love this. So Orange says, okay, cool. Watch this. He pulls out another pair, and I'm all excited. I'm like, oh, dude, he's going to do it again. He's going to eat another pair of sunglasses. And no, it's better. Because he gives them to Don Callis, and Don Callis puts these things on, and he fucking is selling it like he can see. I don't know what the hell Don Callis was on last night, but it was. I fucking loved everything Don Callis did. There was the part where he takes the glasses off of him towards the end of the match. He's freaking out like he ripped his face off. He's flailing around. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant. If Orange would have won, nobody would have been mad. Not a single person. They probably would have got such a big pop that Casino would have never have ever heard it ever again. It would have been such a massive pop, but they didn't. They went safe. They went smart. Takeshita and Kenny Omega is going to absolutely slap like nobody's business. And I didn't even think this one was going to be as good as it was. I was already touting this one close to 5 fucking stars because it was superb. Everything they hit meant something. Everything they did something awesome. That beautiful spot where Takeshita tries to go for look like a suplex, and when it gets turned into the Slumdog Millionaire, he catches him mid-transition and hits him with a fucking with a back suplex. Outstanding. Just the whole match was just utter brilliance. Many of false finishes, but like I said, Revolution is set. Takeshita, Omega, the Alpha versus the Omega.
I think when you get a bunch of false finishes, if they're done right, they're so exciting, and this one nailed it.
This one was, I mean, hey, they San Diego got one hell of a main event. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
They got one hell of a main event.
This was like old champion style Orange Cassidy.
Oh, hell yeah. I love this. Oh, God, it was excellent.
Is this second match between Takeshita and Kenny?
Third.
Oh, jeez.
Third. Actually, no, maybe actually fourth. No. Third, because I don't think Kenny ever, because the whole idea is Kenny hasn't beaten Takeshita yet. Kenny has lost to Takeshita twice. And that's right. And both times were Don Callis' fault. So with Don Callis being ringside, the idea is there, especially with Mark Davis. Mark Davis, for a second there, I really thought it was a very cleaned up Eddie Kingston, because I have not seen Eddie for a while. And I was like, is that? Oh, wait, it's Mark Davis.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it was a solid show. And again, my only complaint was the backstage bit, because literally Hangman walks past all these people who could not give a single shit about the man bleeding like 20 feet away from them. They were all just like, oh no.
Oh no, he's down there bleeding. It was so bad. I'm just like, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Daniel's bleeding his ass off and just like, nobody gonna help me?
No. These dudes are like too afraid
Somebody
of
call
Hangman to go
HR.
help him. He's like, can you come on? Fuck. What kind of medical staff
Tony,
have we got here?
I couldn't even see where the bloody tech area was. Where was CK?
Right, where was Gorilla? I didn't even see. Like, he walked literally. There was nothing. But then, like, again, this is why I was having my ordeal. This is to be the break kayfabe for some of y'all. This was held at the Paula Casino, so it maybe sat like 1,100 people, and and like that the camera side. There was just the bottom row of seats. That's it. There's nothing. I promise you, I don't think there's anything else on that side. So it's like it.
But good show.
Don't send Hangman to go look for lost things.
I've been playing a lot of Hitman lately, and it was literally like something out of Hitman. You can just walk past all these NPCs that are like hidden behind these curtains, so you can just go over and kill somebody.
Oh,
like did nobody even see Daniels get hit or anything?
No.
But anyway,
they were oblivious.
They were so oblivious.
Oh God.
But if I didn't know any better, I'd say this was the go-home show, but we still got one more Dynamite before Revolution, and that comes next week. But as we heard last week, the World Championship is set for Revolution Road, and it will be the Phoenix challenging Beer and looking to prevent the champion from main eventing Promo Mania 10.
Gotta love this one. Friends go at it once again. Also, I should say actually cousins. Also, at Revolution Road, the Demoness and the Shape will rise again to defend the Max Tag Team Championships against 2/3 of the brothers of Max Destruction, Chris Reed and the Travesty.
Or will we? Because Travesty's been very silent the last couple of months. We'll see what happens. We also found out last week on After Max that Cypher has accepted the challenge to face Moses for the unofficial Promo Championship. It goes down at Revolution Road, the first defense of the Promo Championship, technically, since Promo Slam 2021.
Big Cypher, man, you get to figure out what the old promo game used to be about. And what a better fitting song for Revolution Roads is none other than Shut Up and Fight by Captain's Revenge. It's an old-fashioned 80s themed fight song. I've got to love this thing. Straight from the new album, Distortions, available to stream everywhere. And of course, for more information, head on over to maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com/revolution.
Yes, and do not miss Revolution Road next week. Now, we have two boards. One is nice, one is not so nice, but we always check them twice. It is time for the Bell End board.
You ain't afraid, right back. It's your time.
The hell's a bellend?
A bellend? You're a bellend, mate. Look, bellend 1, bellend 2, big veiny bellend over here.
How you ask The Rock for an apology? How you demand an apology from The Rock?
When The Rock didn't even do anything.
He was like, "You son of a bitch!" You know,
I don't even know who you are.
the cojones. Is Ryback not on the list? I'm looking. How is Ryback's been so lucky?
Not this year. He was on it last year.
It has been. What's it fucking been? A little over 60 days, 61 days so far this year, and he hasn't been on the board. Streaks come to an end. Ryback gets lovely 15 points. Why the fuck you gonna call out The Rock to like? Nobody. I hate to break it to you, bro. I'm sorry that it's me that's got to do this, and I'm sure I'm not the only one because I don't know if I've been blocked yet. Let's just go with that. Nobody wants you back. You can stay retired. Keep eating those chips.
He's been saying how all these wrestling companies want to sign him for like 8 years now, and none of them have even reached out. Even TK said, "Nah."
Oh, I'm sure he said, "Hell no, not nah." He was, "Nah, fuck that shit." Hell the fuck no.
All right, 15 for Ryback. Who else we got for the bell end board this week?
Do we got anything else? Who else? I'm gonna give 10 points. So I got a couple that this is the if I could be a part of that fucking Facebook group or whatever, the kayfabe is real. I'm gonna give 10 points for Mox for doing absolutely nothing to help his people from getting fucking murdered. Guess it's a little bit of both. It's storyline wise, I thought that was real shit. So we're gonna give it 10 for Mox because he's supposed to be the leader. And I want to give 10 to The Rock because how do you want a man's soul? Like, I don't understand it. I really am trying to grasp, like, what is the cool, edgy thing this man is trying to say? How are you trying to be cool and edgy, sir? Talk to me here. You know, like, I get it. You're trying to use Soul Man in it or whatever. Like, oh, I'm the Soul Man. Like, you could have said that, but like, you know, like, your dad was the whatever. You could have spun it. You're the fucking Rock. You know how to talk. But no, instead he said, I'm going to take your soul. So
yeah, it was a bad segment. Sorry, Dwayne.
It's something to laugh about when you get, later on in the years, you'll be all right.
But here's the thing. Everything is bad about SmackDown now. So I'm also going to add 30 points to fucking Road Dogg because we are back in the Jesse James era.
Oh, no. Is he writing SmackDown?
He's the head writer again, yeah. For like the last 2 weeks, I think.
I thought we learned our lesson last year.
Makes a lot of sense. AJ Styles also went on X and defended him and was like, okay, if we're going to drag up like how SmackDown was when Road Dogg ran it before, just remember who was in charge before and killed all his ideas. Okay. But they still suck.
So you're telling me that his ideas are better now because they're not being shot down? No. It's Soul Man. Take your soul. No.
I don't think I have anybody else to dish out, to be honest. Oh, actually, no, yeah. 20 points to the creepo that sent something to Rhea's house. 20 points to creepy fans.
Creepy fans. And there's a plethora of you out there, so don't just stop it. Stop doing it, please. Goodness gracious.
And while we're at it, another 20 points to the other creep, the rat, the snake.
Hey,
you're now on 1,020.
Why? Because we said so.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, I think that'll do it. I did like Moxley's facial reactions, though. He sold being scared very well, but again, you're supposed to be this fucking death riding badass.
Right. Thank you for the name reminder. You are the Death Riders. You ride or you die. My man was like, I'm just not riding today, fam. Just not riding today.
Mox was this week. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh God.
Damn you, Family Guy. You have become that biggest reference for me lately. I keep saying, oh no.
Family Guy is the best. It is the best.
Yeah. And Family Guy references are very historic on Max Wrestling. I don't know why they just always have been.
Because again, Family Guy is life, bruv.
Yeah, I haven't even watched it for like 4 or 5 seasons, but
Same.
hey, I remember Family Guy and its origins, so I'm that old. Let's flip over to the other board. It is time for the bruv board. Bruv.
Get him a pint.
Bruv, brother.
Fuck, well, we all raised on Family Guy, and now we get so easily offended. But
hey,
on the
it used to be The Simpsons, but you're damn right.
Yeah.
Fucking Family Guy is like, if you gotta have thick skin to watch that shit.
Okay, for the bruv board, 20 points to Takeshita and Orange Cassidy for a great main event.
Yep. But add Don Callis to that shit because that hit 20 points for his just overall performance. Somebody take some sunglasses off you. They sell it like you stole your face. Right.
I don't know who else. To give, I mean, Harley Cameron's doing good. Like you said, it was a tough call with Deonna Purrazzo. They are pushing Harley Cameron, but it's nice to see Deonna actually wrestle on Dynamite. So at least that's a silver lining.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of it like that. I guess that's a silver lining. You could take this loss as an opportunity to build her up on Dynamite. But then again, at the same, as we're talking about after it, we gotta fucking start watching Collision now too, or you should be watching Collision almost as much as you watch Dynamite because they're saving a lot of the big shit for Collision.
Yeah, we are sleeping on Collision.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also gonna give 10 points to Momo Watanabe because if Mercedes hadn't have moved, she would have taken her the fuck out with that bat.
Oh yeah,
she swung for the fences.
Yeah,
so 10 points to Momo for almost killing Mercedes.
There was no pulling that shot. She said, "Hey Padres, you guys need a first baseman or something?"
And finally, 5 points to Shivani because I can't remember what the exact call was, but it was in the main event. Orange Cassidy did something, and Shivani said something like he knocked his out right down, but it was just a great call. So 5 points to Schiavone.
The commentary was excellent. Oh God! See, even that's how you know the whole match bang when the commentary is leaving you good high points. You got dudes on the sideline doing awesome shit. It was great. What a finish!
All right, that is it for the bruv board then. Decent. Actually, let's give some points to TK for putting on a good show this week.
Hey, all right, we'll give him 5.
5 points to you, TK. Because what the fuck's taking you so long?
For real. Now, come on, get on a goddamn streak of good ones.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on the Go Home Show to Revolution Road. Again, do not miss it next week. There is 3 huge matches for you. Huge, I say. And of course, the week after Revolution Road, so in 2 weeks, the Ring of Games finally returns. Cannot wait. But before we go anywhere, let's find out what's in store for the TSK this week with Click Talk.
Hey. All right, so the TSK is ramping up for all the things to come. So we got Revolution, as we're talking about. We got Revolution Road next week, and that Sunday on the 9th is Revolution. The boys will be reviewing. It was going to be a nice, cool TSK meetup. However, we decided against it. There's a possibility we hit Vegas. We don't know. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of things happening, but for sure, we're gonna get onto that, and that'll drop. I really do want to try to go live for this one. So for Revolution Road. For those subscribed to the Max Wrestling YouTube page, be on here. And maybe, just maybe, I will do my good gone darndest to get out some TSK reactions to this beautiful show. That way you guys can hang out with us. We can all be live and, you know, all that fun stuff. Sending some more content for everybody. And then, of course, right after that, I want to say the following week, we got the Elimination Chamber. And, of course, the TSK is going to cover that as well. Also, by then, we should be made our move over to the TSK's own page, but it's okay because the TSK will be contributing each and every week on Max. It's going to be a lot of fun stuff happening within the next couple of weeks. Other than that, the footy pods are coming. I've got 2 episodes for the MLS side. Sorry, everybody else. Dropping before, preferably tomorrow. I want to do it before Saturday is the idea. Before Saturday morning. That way you got 2 episodes there, and then hopefully by Monday there'll be a match review for the home opener that San Diego FC has. So we'll get into all that fun stuff, and of course, you know how to do it all, to follow all the fun knowledge and to figure out what's going down all the time is to follow the fun socials. Hit us on the evil Twitter machine. We're never going to call it the X. Max Wrestling UK, Captain 512, SMR Podnet, and I don't know if Max Footy Pod's going to stay like that. We'll figure out if that's going to be the tag for it, but we'll get on that. So for right now, it is the Max Footy Pod. But of course, for the links and everything, all that more, head on over to the beautifully done website, maxwrestlingnet.weebly.com. Hit the subscribe button right here on the YouTubes. Over on Facebook, where you're going to hit the Aftermax, do the Twitter, the Instagram, and of course, TikTok while we're still there, and any other socials you find us on. And trust me, we're on some other socials.
Oh yeah, we're even on podcast streaming sites that I don't even know about.
Yeah.
Still. Mike used to show me that we were on this, and that, and I had no idea. So,
great.
We are on Castbox. I don't know what the fuck Castbox is, but we're on it.
Cheap plug.
So yeah, we also haven't really alluded to this. Well, I mean, we've mentioned it, but it comes up. We're only 3 weeks away from the 10th anniversary of Max Wrestling. So we got a busy couple of weeks. Revolution Road starts next week. The week after that, Ring of Games Cup starts, and the week after that is the 10th anniversary. So it's all huge. And then we're like 7 weeks away from Mania week, Promo Mania, WrestleMania, because they decided to go Easter weekend this year for some fucking reason.
Right? Unholy.
Why you gotta make us wait till mid-April?
Should be able to first.
I can't even book WrestleMania week off this year because you know how difficult it is to get Easter weekend off.
It's extremely difficult.
Thanks, Hunter.
Especially in the States.
All right, well, that is it for now. We will see you next week for Revolution Road. Again, it is the World Championship, Beer versus Phoenix, the Promo Championship, Moses versus Cypher, and of course the Tag Team Championships, the Madness versus the Brothers of Max Destruction. Don't miss it next week. Goodbye. And good night. Bang.
Old school style.
Where the hell is Travis?